And we continue to track severe weather tonight in parts of the South. At least 5 people have died in these storms. Most of the devastation has been in the state of Alabama. We're also seeing video of strong winds, heavy rainfall in the Nashville area, as well as in parts of Mississippi. These storms have damaged homes, knocked out power to thousands of people. And this is the second time that severe weather has hit this part of the United States in just the last 8 days. We got our hands on some video from northern Alabama, not too far from Huntsville. And you can see here, lowering of the clouds behind a building. News Nation spoke to 2 women who said that storm surprised them, came out of nowhere.
Wow, I just remember looking up and seeing lightning coming down, and the next thing I felt was just like electrifying all the way down to my feet. The lightning struck, all I saw was a ball of fire, right, and I just blinked my eye, a nature thing to do. So then I just drove on home, but I was shaking just from the transformer blowing up right beside me.
And along with those strong winds and possible tornadoes, of course, confirmed tornadoes we know in some portions of Alabama, the system also bringing widespread flooding to parts of the South tonight. So let's get you updated with the latest warnings. The good news is in just the last few minutes, we had a tornado warning in effect here in southwestern sections of Alabama, Marengo County. That has since been discontinued. That thunderstorm is still rotating, so it's something that we're keeping an eye on here towards the south and southeast of Demopolis. Also, some thunderstorms north of Demopolis moving off towards the northeast could be producing ping pong, if not at times golf ball size hail. We have new tornado warnings to get you updated. In Tennessee, this is going to be well to the southwest of Nashville, but these thunderstorms are moving off towards the northeast at near 60 miles per hour. So Nashville, we're going to be keeping an eye on that. An update to the watches, eastern areas of Mississippi and a good chunk of the state of Alabama under this tornado watch until the top of the hour, 8 o'clock Central Time. Atlanta and northern portions of Georgia, your tornado watch until 2 a.m. Eastern Time. And from Nashville northward to include some counties in southern Indiana, that is a tornado watch in effect until at least 11 p.m. Central Time. So it's a multi-state event as this area of low pressure continues to slide off towards the east. Only one tornado warning in the map right now. That's going to be for Wayne and Lewis County there in southwest sections of Tennessee with that thunderstorm moving to the northeast. Here's a look at the map with all of the reported tornadoes so far, nearly a dozen, most of which in the state of Alabama. We've listed 2 communities there, Ohatchee, Alabama. That's going to be in the northeastern portion of the state, and then due south of Birmingham, Centerville. Those are the 2 areas that we're getting an idea of some of the most extensive damage and unfortunately a deadly situation in parts of Alabama. Joining us live now to talk about the damage and talk about just the beginnings of recovery efforts there in Alabama is Brian Hastings, the director of the state's emergency management agency. And Brian, give us, I know we're early on in this, give us an idea of what's happening in the state of Alabama tonight with these severe storms moving through.
Well, Albert, thanks for the time to share our message with the country. On behalf of Governor Ivey and the state agencies who are responding to this, I just want to say that our thoughts and prayers go out to those who have lost loved ones tonight, have had injuries, and also lost their homes and private property. So right now we're in the throes of search and rescue, and you've done a great job summarizing where the heavy damage is up in Calhoun County, where our 5 deaths were reported, and then in Bibb County, where Centerville is. And we've got hundreds of homes damaged or destroyed. And then we expect to get some reports from Howell County. One of the issues with Alabama is that we have some real rural parts of our state that need assistance from other larger cities and counties. So Tuscaloosa County is responding to help Howell County kind of take a look at what damages they have there. The other thing is that you've kind of alluded to the majority of our severe storms and tornadoes have been on the north and south side of the I-20-59 corridor, kind of diagonally from southwest to northeast across Alabama. And then going into the evening hours, this storm is not over. We've still got some issues with severe weather between I-20-59 corridor and the I-85 Highway 80 corridor. So just south of where those lines of tornadoes happen today, we expect to have more severe weather. And you've already seen that in Marengo County. We're tracking some of those supercells that are still spinning as they head to the northeast.
Yeah, and the good news is we get closer to midnight Central Time. It looks like that tornado risk starts to come down a bit. You mentioned Calhoun County, that's Ohatchee, that's where we have those 5 fatalities. We're hearing 3 of which from one family alone. Also, during the 5 o'clock hours, you know, we had reports of a wedge tornado. We'll get reports in the coming days on just how large this tornado was on that enhanced Fujita scale. But that's the Centerville area in Bibb County. Can you give us any kind of an idea on the extensive damage or injuries that are coming out of Bibb County tonight?
Well, we know we have dozens of injuries, no reports of deaths, but that's where the at least 200 homes were destroyed or damaged. And some of the neighborhoods were, well-populated areas. So again, in Alabama, it's a matter of luck, but also luck favors the prepared. And we had a warm up last week, and we're just very thankful that the majority of people, they understand there's no surprises. We've been talking about this for a week, and they're trying to get connected, having multiple ways to get their alerts. They've got their safe space or their shelters picked out. And then they're just trying to stay connected with that information so that when warnings come, they can take shelter immediately.
Brian, we appreciate your time. I know you are swamped, and in the coming days, it's going to be very busy for everyone across the state of Alabama with a cleanup, and we hope to check in with you maybe tomorrow night to get an update on what's happening there. Brian Hastings, Director of Alabama Emergency Management. Thank you.
Thanks, Albert.